Hello, it's Jamie. Welcome to another video. We're doing another weekly reading vlog today. I have missed these so much. I've been so preoccupied with doing like very specific reading vlogs, like 24-hour readathons and stuff like that, or like, you know, I recently uploaded my Twisted series reading vlog, and I just kind of want to get back to like really casual, just like no specific narrative or storyline or goal, just like a weekly reading vlog where I read and it's very chill and casual. Anyways, I would love to make this a regular thing. We'll see how busy I get, but this is kind of the first one that I'm attempting back again. Okay, I also always get comments that I keep playing with my hair. I'm really sorry. Like, sorry. First of all, we're going on a tangent. I am so sorry. I have really tried to stop myself doing it, but it is such a tick for me. Like, playing with my hair is like an anxiety thing. I promise you, I'm not like, even if I was, that would be fine, but I'm aware that it's annoying for everyone and I'm going to make actual effort to stop. Anyways, let's start with what I want to be reading this week. So I'm in the middle of two books. The first one is Us Against You by Frederick Buckman. I have not picked this up since my 24-hour readathon vlog. If you watched that one, I am really enjoying it. I'm up to page 103. Yeah, genuinely have not picked it up. I loved the first book in this series, which is the Beartown series. I just haven't picked this up again. I don't know why. I don't know why I have no drive to read it. I think Frederick Buckman is one of my favorite writers. Like, I genuinely think that his writing style is so accessible and digestible and easy to read while still being very poetic and beautiful while talking about really hard topics. I don't know, I do really want to read more of this, but basically this just follows the aftermath of everything that happened in the first book. And the first book kind of followed a sexual assault case in this really intense, small, like hockey town where sports is kind of like the only thing that matters. And so because it was one of the star sports players who committed the assault, the town was very divided. This is following the aftermath of that and all of our characters and where they are now. Luckily, I don't think we're going to be following the evil, disgusting rapist character. Like, we've had a little bit of him, but it's kind of like we haven't had too much. Like, I don't think he's going to be a central character, unlike how he was in the first book. So that is a good thing because I do not want to read about him, but I can't wait to dive into this again and read more of it. I want to try finish it in the next couple of days. And then last night I started a new book on my Kindle. I'm only 5% of the way through, so if I stick with it, we'll see. But I started Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. This is a thriller that is on Kindle Unlimited. Basically, we follow our main character who is in a coma. I don't really know anything about it. It's not linear timelines. It's told from like past and present, and I think it's maybe takes span over a week. But our main character in the beginning, she is in a coma, and the first kind of sentence started with saying, here are 3 things about me. 1, my name is, I forgot what her name was. I think it's like Rachel or something. She's like, 1, my name is Rachel. 2, my husband hates me. And 3, sometimes I lie. And I was like, what is this gonna be like? What is this gonna be like? It just looks really fun. Yeah, so we get that she's in a coma, and then like the second chapter, I've only read 2 chapters. The second chapter is like the past, and it's basically not her getting fired from her radio presenting job, but kind of like a warning. And that's where I stopped. So I've only read the first 2 chapters. I'm excited to get back into this. I haven't read a thriller in a little while. Yeah, this is gonna be my Kindle read. So these are the only 2 books that I'm reading at the moment. Oh, let me go get the other book that I want to read this week. Okay, the other book that I really want to read is The Secret History by Donna Tartt, my favorite book of all time. This is the 30th anniversary edition that I bought recently. It was very ridiculously priced for me because it's from Waterstones, but worth it. Honestly, worth it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to read this edition because I want to annotate it, so I might read my original edition. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Yeah, I'm reading this for my Patreon book club pick, so I am doing a separate reading vlog and live show for this on my Patreon. So because that's at the end of the month, I want to make a start on it now. So I will hopefully be reading this week as well. Maybe not finishing it, but at least starting it. And yeah, those are my reading plans. If I pick up something else as well, I will let you know. I'm hoping to. I want to get back into reading books really fast, which I know I still do, but like it's nearly halfway through the month and I've read like maybe 5 books, whereas last month I read like 16 books. Not by halfway through the month, but like for the whole month I did. I don't know, not to brag or anything, but anyways, in about half an hour I'm doing some reading sprints on my YouTube channel for my 30k like thank you celebration. So I'm gonna take both my Kindle and Us Against You into my stream room and do those reading sprints, and I will let you know where I get in the book. Apart from that, I'm not really doing much else today, just streaming at nighttime and probably working during the day, but I have some exciting things planned this week, so I'm really excited to share them with you. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the vlog. I'll talk to you later. Okay, reading sprints are done. I've since had lunch and just done some activities around the house. I'm about to go on a hot girl walk to pick up some things that I need from the supermarket, but I read a lot during those reading sprints, and if you were there, thank you so much for coming. It was so much fun. I feel like you guys are just so nice, and I just love. Why am I popular all of a sudden? Okay, sorry, very popular, just got a phone call. What was I even saying? Yeah, anyway, I have finished more of this. Finished? No, I've read more of it. I'm on page 229, so I'm over halfway now. I wasn't like loving it a lot at the beginning because I think I said it in the intro, how it just felt very political and business oriented, and I didn't love that about Beartown. What I loved about Beartown was the heart and the characters and learning about the sports and the teenagers who are playing the sports and the pressure on them and everything. And I feel like I was just getting a lot of business talk from lots of old men, whereas now we're kind of picking it back up. It's definitely exploring some of the characters that have stayed in this novel from the first one, and there's a new coach for the team who is, she hasn't confirmed that she's a lesbian, but it's rumored that she's a lesbian, so there's lots of talk about like homophobia in this small town as well, which I'm obviously not loving. Like, I don't like reading about, well, I don't like homophobia, but it's an important topic to talk about and why it's bad. Like, it's very obvious that Frederick Buckman's stance on homophobia is he likes gay people. I mean, he's written a very amazing gay character in this series anyway. But when I get back, I want to either dive into more of this or do some editing because I have some videos that I need to upload. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes, and I love you, and I'll see you soon. Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday. It's not really morning. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is such a beautiful day outside. I have been working all day, like editing and stuff like that. So I think I'm finally gonna take a break. I still have to stream tonight, so I'm gonna make a coffee. And I'm going to go read outside and try and read more of Us Against You. Let me grab it. I haven't read any more of it since yesterday, so I'm gonna try and at least get through a big chunk. What page am I even on again? 233. I'm gonna try and read up to page 300 outside. And yes, it is kind of ironic that I'm reading this very, very wintry book when it's literally probably our hottest day of the year so far. Like, this week is like the first week that actually feels like New Zealand summer. And I was thinking about maybe picking up a romance, but I was looking at my TBR and nothing was really standing out to me. So I think I'm gonna read this. But I'm gonna make my coffee first, and I will let you know how I go with this. I'm very excited to read outside though. I haven't read outside in a long time. Ignore how messy my hair is. I asked my Twitch chat what I should do with my hair today, and they said space buns, and I don't have hair ties. So like, what is this? It's my attempt. Anyway, hello. It was so hot outside, so I only managed to read up to page 275 before getting heat stroke. Oh my god, I'm really loving this. The discussions about homophobia in Beartown are so strong at this stage in the novel, and it's great because it's really clear where the author stands on these sorts of issues. Like, it's really clear which characters he's like making the ones to root for, and I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. I wish I had more to say about it, but I've literally only read like 50 pages since I last updated. I'm having a good time, and I would love to try and finish it tonight. I don't know how realistic that is. I've literally just started my stream now, but I think after stream I'm just gonna maybe have a bath and try and finish this, and so I can start the secret history. Or I could just start the secret history tonight. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I gotta go to stream because they're waiting for me, looking ridiculous like this. But I'll see you soon. I look disgusting, but ignore that. I'm reading the last few chapters of Us Against You. So hi, it's Wednesday. This book is so sad. Why does Frederick Buckman write such sad books? Okay, hey, how's it going? Yeah, you saw how this affected me. I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. I was literally thinking the entire time that I would rate it 3 stars, purely based on my own enjoyment, because this book was a little less coherent than the first book, and maybe it was just my expectations as well, you know, like maybe I was like thinking that it was going to be like spectacular. Like, this was my fault. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of talk of politics. There are so many characters, and there were a few new ones that were introduced as well, so it was like I was just feeling a little bit lost at points. Even though Frederick Buckman's writing style is very easy to understand and he's a very good writer, I just feel like this one felt, yeah, like a little less coherent. than the first one. But then I thought about it from like an objective standpoint, and like it definitely deserves 1 more star. Like it deserves 4 stars considering how well this book is written. Like Frederick Buckman is just such a talented writer, and maybe I am on a book high right now because I cried, and I don't cry a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 stars. I'm glad I finished it. It's been a while. Now I think I'm gonna just try focus more on my Kindle book because I always neglect those a little bit, but it also means that I can finally start The Secret History. So I'm gonna be starting this today as well. I'm very excited. Obviously this is a reread. And then I also think alongside I'll probably finally start The X Talk. This is a book that I literally have been wanting to read for so long. Like I took it to Fiji with me and I don't know why, I've just been putting it off. Like it's in so many videos as part of my TBR. But I'm going to the beach on Friday with Ben, hopefully if the weather improves. It was so good yesterday and the day before, and now it's like back to being gloomy. Yeah, we are planning to go to the beach on Friday. So I feel like, do I want to read this at the beach or do I want to read this at the beach? I'll probably still take both of them, but I do want to make a start on this as well. Let's have a romance on the go. You know, I love a bit of a romance. But yeah, today I am filming a day in the life video for Patreon, and I'm going book shopping with Yana and all that sort of stuff. I will be taking this with me. I'm just gonna start reading this while I wait for her to arrive. But yeah, I'm gonna finally start this, and I'm excited. And yeah, we're gonna do some book shopping as well, so hopefully you'll get a little book haul. Yeah, anyway, love you. I'll see you soon. Everyone, this is Yana. She is, well, we've been friends for years. She's been on my YouTube channel before, but like not since I've made my comeback. But she is also a Twitch streamer, and she also is starting to make YouTube videos again as well.
I'm trying.
She's trying. Her username is Fawnchild, so I'll link it down below. And please go check her out because she's one of my best friends. We've been friends for years, like 7 years now.
Too long, honestly.
We just got back from doing some book shopping. Well, we did a whole lot of Christmas shopping. I have spent far too much money today, but it's mostly been on other people except for these 3 things. I'll show you the book that I got for my sister as well, but we're gonna do a mini little book haul.
Yes.
You guys love book hauls.
I chose 2 books. I spent $80 on 2 books that I know nothing about.
New Zealand books, like in bookstores, are so expensive. So if you're like, Jamie, why do you do so many unboxing hauls? It's because like, I know I shouldn't be doing this much book shopping, but every time I go on a book shopping website online, I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed by how cheap everything is. Like I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God, $12 for this book? Like add to cart, because they're like $40 for the same book in store. So I get a bit carried away sometimes.
Yeah.
She's a bargain hunter.
Exactly, because we have to be that. Okay, so this book, I only just read the title, by the way. That's how yeah, this is Daisy Darker. This is one that Jamie picked out for me.
I haven't even read it, but I bought it recently online, and I was like, we need to do a buddy read of this. So we're gonna buddy read it together. And it's so gorgeous, and it's the new Alice Feeney thriller. I'm actually reading one of her backlist thrillers at the moment. Yeah, I've heard really, really good things about that one. So.
And I love going into books completely blind.
Same.
To the point where I will just pick them up and be like, yep, you said it sounds good, don't know what it is.
Yeah.
No idea. The other one is, I just scratched you, sorry. It's okay. Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings.
I'm sure BookTube is very sick of seeing this book by now, but Yana had never heard of it.
I'd never heard of it. I thought the cover was really pretty.
Yeah, and so we're gonna buddy read this one because I recently bought this one together, like not together, I recently bought this one online as well, so we're gonna try and buddy read the both of them, I think.
Yeah, because I've got a huge backlog of books, but when you get them,
yeah,
we can start.
I mean, I have so many books to read for the rest of December, but like,
oh yeah, same.
January, February, those are gonna be my months. So those are the 2 books Yana got, very exciting. I got 3 books for myself and 1 book for one of my little sisters for Christmas. She is 17 and she asked for a Rupi Kaur poetry book, so I got her Homebody. I've never heard anything about it, and I don't love Rupi Kaur's poetry, but she asked for it, so the heart wants what it wants, and so I got that for her. I'm very excited to wrap this up. These are the 3 books I got for myself. So first I got Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson, which is set in Edinburgh, and it's about a group of witches. Macbeth vibes. Yana's the one that pointed that out to me, that it could be kind of like Macbeth energy. So I'm really excited to read this, and it's always, the cover's always been like, I've been drawn to it, so I'm really excited for that one. And then I also got 2 books in the Briar U series, which is these are the last 2 books that I needed to complete the series. So I got The Deer and and the play, and I'm just so glad that I now like have everything from Off Campus and Briar U, and these are actually the only two ones that I haven't read yet, but I am doing a series read along on my Patreon for both Off Campus and Briar U, so I won't actually be picking these ones up till July and August next year, but I'm glad that I now like have the full collection, and yeah, I'm just excited to own them now. And say what you want about romance books, but all of these lined up together, it's so satisfying. Now we're just going to do some reading, and then we're going to do our Twitch streams.
Yay!
And I'll catch up with you later. Probably tomorrow, to be honest, because I'm still filming my day in the life, but I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it's Thursday night and I'm really tired. I've had a big day of editing, and I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with reading, what I'm about to do, but I've been really obsessed with Sabrina Carpenter at the moment, and I feel like we have really similar like hair textures and stuff, and so I've just decided I'm gonna like cut myself some bangs. If it fails, that's fine because hair grows back, but my boyfriend's currently sleeping, so he won't talk me out of this, and I'm gonna do it. Also, I have been doing a bit of reading today. I was mostly doing editing, but I did do a bit of reading today. I've gone through a bunch of Sometimes I Lie, which is the Alice Feeney book that I'm reading on my Kindle. I think I'm just gonna go for like a really wispy kind of vibe. I feel like that's a good amount of hair. Okay, hang on, I need scissors. My boyfriend's just woken up, so I need to do this quick. It's so annoying how it gets that like split down the middle, like from having a middle part for so long. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Oh no, the middle's way too short. Oh shit. I've made a mistake. It's okay, because it's hair and it grows back, so I don't care. I had fun. That's the thing, I'm not gonna start crying. Okay. I'm gonna wait for this to dry and then I'll show you what it looks like once I've given it a little play with. Oh my god, what have I done? What have I done? We're not gonna talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. I had to fiddle around with it. I think I just need to wash it and wait to see how all my hair sits together. We're not going to talk about it. But also, like, I'm not really freaked out because I know that like my hair is going to grow back. Like it will grow back and grow out of a fringe in like 2 weeks. Little impulsive decision that I made. It's fine. I also reckon like maybe like once I like style it properly tomorrow. Anyways, I got up to I think about 45% of Sometimes I Lie tonight, and it's not a bad book by any means. Like it's not a bad thriller. I just feel like it's all very non-cohesive. Like we're basically following like 3 different timelines and 3 different storylines of like our main character's life, and like she's in a coma but she's like fully conscious, so she like can hear all the conversations that is like happening around her, but then she also has all these like really bad dreams, so it's actually kind of scary. Like the dreams that she has are like kind of terrifying, but then we also get the perspective of her like diary entries when she was a kid and like learning about her family and learning what she was like as a child, and then also like the week leading up to the incident that put her in a coma. I think Alice Feeney's not a bad writer, but like there's a lot of fat shaming and I'm kind of like not really about it. Like that's very distracting from the rest of the story. It's not my favorite. Like right now it's sitting on like a 2 to 3, mostly a 3. Some moments I'm like but I'm gonna keep reading it tonight. I'm gonna try and get to like 70%, so then I can finish it tomorrow and focus more on other reads. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow when I'm looking a little bit just nicer and the hair is like more in place. Hello. Now that it's like the next day and I've put makeup on, I still haven't probably done my hair. Like I've straightened my fringe and like tried to add like, I don't know, some dimension, but I haven't done the rest of my hair. It's still drying, so I need to like do something to it. Now that I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Like I don't regret anything, but maybe it will grow on me and I'll be like, actually this is for life now. I don't think so though. I'm worried about getting a sweaty forehead. Anyway, hello, it's Friday. I'm going to be filming some videos today. I just need to tidy my house. because Ben left it really messy before he went for the gym, so I'm upset with him. But I need to tidy my house and like do some stuff like that, and then do my hair and then film my videos, so I'm looking forward to that. But I have some major reading updates for you, because I read so much last night that I ended up finishing Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. I'm giving this 2 out of 5 stars. It definitely isn't the worst thriller I have ever read in my life. It's not the worst book I've read in my life, but it's not great. But yeah, basically it is everything that I said it was. Woman in a coma, that vibe. But there's just so many different storylines going on. It was kind of hard to keep up sometimes. Like, it wasn't confusing, it was just hard to keep up. I found the plot twists to be incredibly predictable. Like, I probably guessed what would happen at the 30% mark, and surprise, surprise, it happened. I wasn't even satisfied. I just like read the plot twist and I was like, of course. Except one thing got me by surprise: the ending, the final chapter, the conclusion. It also wasn't satisfying, because I was like, that is so stupid and unnecessary. Like, that's so dumb and silly and so out of character and out of place. Even though I was surprised, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy reading it. It could have just ended in a completely different way. It really could have. And especially because this book is only 270 pages long, and I don't say this often, but I seem to be saying it more than usual recently. It could have been longer. Like, just add something on the end, and then you didn't have to have such a bizarre conclusion. So 2 out of 5 stars, but I also have to acknowledge that it is a debut. Like, it is Alice Feeney's first novel, and as far as like a first novel goes, I think when our author was writing the nightmares that our character was having, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, these are scary. Like, I'm kind of chilled to the bone right now. So yeah, I think that is a plus for sure. Oh my god, I just realized I look like Jay from In-Betweeners. We're growing out the fringe. We're growing out the fringe, or we're never tying my hair up again. God, if you can't make fun of yourself, you would live a very unhappy life, in my opinion. So there we go. Anyways, yeah, so I finished that book, 2 out of 5 stars. I then read the first chapter of a new book on my Kindle, and I read Guild. I don't know who the author is right now, but it will be on the cover. This is a fantasy romance, and I had someone comment on my Kindle video saying, oh, Jamie, you might really like this, because a lot of fantasy romance people don't like it. You might end up liking the series. And it's, so far, I'm quite invested. Like, that first chapter, I was like, oh, I can see myself reading this. Like, it's very easy to read, not super info dumpy or anything like that. But the first chapter opened with the king of this kingdom having an orgy. He was having sex with 5 different people who all were like lived at the brothel in his castle. From the perspective of our main character, who is this woman who is kept as a prisoner by the king, but she's like in love with him. It's giving Stockholm syndrome. It's giving Beauty and the Beast. But she is entirely, like, her skin, everything, she's made of gold. So that's why she's like this precious thing that the king looks after. She's completely in love with him. She wants him to fall in love with her. I don't know where the story is going to go, but I'm invested. I'm very invested. So I am going to keep reading this on my Kindle. Let's hope I don't neglect it, but I'm excited to keep reading. And then I also picked up the X-Talk as my physical novel along with The Secret History. I'm on page 46, so I've only read the first 4 chapters, but so far I'm enjoying the writing style. I've never read anything by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is basically about 2 enemies at this radio station who kind of get roped into being the co-hosts of this new radio show where they're like exes that give relationship advice. However, they're not exes, so they kind of have to fake be exes. And it's so far quite fun. I do find it maybe to be a little bit overwritten at the beginning. I just feel like there's so many side characters that work at this radio station, and I'm like, oh, there's all these names coming at me. But I like it so far. Even in the first chapter, our character talking about how she can work so much harder than everyone in the room, but a man only needs to work like half as hard as her and then like reaps more of the rewards and gets more praise. Like, I totally get that. I totally get what it feels like to be undermined and stuff in the workforce. I'm really liking those sorts of discussions, and it'll be interesting to see if she has those discussions with the male love interest and to see if he kind of like reacts appropriately. Yeah, I think this will be a good solid rom-com, and I'm excited to read it. There's only been one thing that has annoyed me right now, and that's like literally on the second page where our main character talks about like, oh, I'm 5'2" and I'm so tiny and small. It's like, can we get a tall queen? as the main character in a romance book for once, please. And then it's funny because the main guy, the love interest, he's like so tall. So it's just that classic like, oh my god, I'm so tiny and he's so tall. He's so tall and big. That really like just is, I'm over it. Like, does it have to be in every romance book? Like, can we please get a short king perhaps as well? Also, it's so funny because there was a line that was like, he leans over, like, yeah, we get it, you're tall. And I'm like, yeah, queen, we get it, you're short on the second page. But it's fine. It's such a tiny gripe, and I feel like it's a gripe that a lot of people are talking about at the moment. So hopefully romance writers are listening and they stop making their heroines so incy wincy and their male love interests so hulkingly giant. Anyways, I'm gonna tidy my house and film my videos, and hopefully I will see you in a bit when I do more reading. I'm gonna try and read more of The Secret History tonight. It's a Friday night. What am I doing? Staying indoors, as always. Catch you later. Okay, it's nighttime. All my videos have been filmed. I have also edited a bunch, and I feel very productive. So now I'm finally going to make a start on The Secret History. Well, not make a start, but like continue it, because I haven't picked it up since Wednesday, and I feel like I'm neglecting it a little bit, but I'm not worried. I'm gonna remember everything that I've read. Like, I've read this like 6 times, trust me. Hello. Okay, so it's Sunday night. I ended up having a really big weekend. I ended up being really busy, so I didn't get to update the vlog or read as much as I wanted to. I got to do reading sprints for Patreon yesterday morning, which was really, really fun, but that was basically the only time that I even read during the weekend. So I'm just gonna end the vlog here. You know, it's a Sunday. I want to start a new vlog next week. So yeah, but first I read up to page 123 of the X Talk. I'm still really enjoying it, and all the things that I've talked about this book and all the negative things that I have to say are just really, really nitpicky things anyway. Like, for example, the fact that she keeps mentioning how short she is. Also, I mentioned in the first kind of clip where I talked about this that I hope that they have a conversation about how women have to work just as hard in the workforce, but I had only read a few chapters, so I didn't actually realize that our main male lead was Korean. I'm wondering now if that's going to be something that they bond over, about like how white men can just kind of like do half the amount of work and still reap all the benefits. So I'm very invested if there's going to be those sorts of conversations, and that's going to be something that they kind of can relate to each other on. I had like one other nitpicky thing that I thought of, and now I can't remember it at all. Oh yeah, so basically our main character, she keeps like stressing herself out, being like, I just can't believe we're lying to our viewers, like blah blah blah. And this is going to be such a red flag for people who watch me. I think she needs to calm down a little bit. Like, she's at the end of the day creating entertainment, and I wouldn't say that I'm a liar, but I will say that sometimes you kind of have to tell a story, and that can't be 100% of the facts. And I'm not like lying when I say things, but sometimes I will film a clip and then just chuck it in at the beginning of my vlog because maybe I didn't look as nice as I wanted to when I first started the vlog. You know, it's just things like that, like not like lying in a harmful way, but telling a story for entertainment. And I think just her very intense sense of morality, which I think is like obviously a positive trait, like it's good, but I'm also like, okay, relax a little bit. You are creating entertainment. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you think that every single reality TV show or every single podcast is like completely not scripted? I don't know. It's just kind of annoying how she keeps talking about like how guilty she feels about like lying to the audience by being in this like fake ended relationship. That's all. Like I said, I'm really, really enjoying it. So these are like super nitpicky things that I'm mentioning. That's kind of all I have to say. Guys, thank you so much for spending the week with me. I really hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. I will be doing another one, or starting another one tomorrow, so I hope that you stick around for that. Remember, of course, all my socials are linked down below, and if you do want extra content from me, my Patreon is also linked down below, and I would really, really just love it if you would just check it out, because you get 3 extra videos, 3 extra live shows, and so much more. But yeah, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!